What's up, guys?
Welcome back.
PodDogs. Talk about olds. Talk about milk. Talk about
Oh, no milk today. We're not talking about milk today.
not talk about no milk. Shut up,
It's
man.
not spoiled yet.
Yeah, don't spoil that.
So we're just talking about olds.
Well, we could talk about some olds. Let's talk about some youngs too, and also let's talk about dogs. Have we talked about dogs yet?
We did a little bit. We've actually done like a couple segments on dogs.
Okay. Well,
Can dogs talk?
oh,
The
you're right.
lady who killed her dog.
No.
Yeah. Although I think can dogs talk? You're right. We did do that. And that's been out there. Okay.
I have some user content or some viewer feedback questions.
Oh, okay.
I have two. I don't know if we can really get to it. I know it's a little off topic and I'm coming out of nowhere, but I talked to a separate focus group.
I thought we were talking about milk, dude.
That's not ready yet. But I do have a question from a user, M Chico. He wants to know if you were to have a box of all the things you've lost throughout your life and you were able to go through it, what would you look for first?
My Blastoise Pokemon card.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I know I had one. I had one.
A hollow?
Yeah, and I don't know where it is. So I'm pretty sure I lost it. And so I'm pretty sure it would be in that box.
Nice. What about you, Bob?
That's a good answer.
I thought it was your guitars, Ryan.
Well, I didn't lose that. Those got stolen. That's a totally
Same
different
thing.
thing.
I think it's same thing.
You said lost.
Is it just one thing?
It could be 2, 3, whatever.
Oh, well, it's just what am I gonna look for first? Oh, I don't even know. What's something super important I've lost?
I recently lost my Ray-Bans. That's the one that comes to mind. I lost them in Zion.
Do they have sentimental value to you?
Sort of. It was a birthday gift.
Yeah, I just think of what's the most expensive thing I don't have anymore in my possession. I did have a big binder of Pokemon cards. I don't know where they are anymore either.
What else we got on the docket?
Recently, we had a friend who just had a baby. So congratulations to that friend. During delivery, they needed to do a vacuum extraction delivery.
Oh,
And they told me about this. When I went to go visit and see the baby, they said, oh, yeah, it had to be a vacuum extraction delivery. And I knew this before I went to go see them, too. But then when I saw them, they finally explained what that meant. And during that explanation, I was thinking, like, wow, I honestly didn't really know what to think of when they said those words. Like, I just had no idea what that would look like until they started really giving an explanation. So,
In graphic detail?
enough detail. They gave me enough detail.
yeah, graphic detail, man.
So I would like to hear
With pictures.
what you guys think. So I'd love to hear what you guys think a vacuum extraction delivery means.
I kind of have a little knowledge. I might be wrong, but I'm just going to talk out my ass here. I believe it's when they take a suction device, insert it vaginally, and in that tubing, it's got a mechanism that opens up into a cupping thing, and it's used for babies to suction onto their head, so it's able to pass through the vaginal canal during delivery. I don't know what the name of the machine's called, but I know it does like some sort of grasp thing.
Bob, did you have any different approach or perspective of what this might mean?
No, it's just like a big suction cup. And that's how you get babies with those cone heads. Little cone head babies.
Is that what does the cone head thing?
Little cone head babies.
Is it from the suction?
Yeah, because their skulls are soft still.
Oh, dude, I almost got into a fight because I told this dude that he has a round head, not a cone head, because he came through a vaginal or a C-section himself or something like that. Remember that?
I do recall that.
Now
Yes.
I have wrong info. It's from the vacuum.
It doesn't stay that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It doesn't stay cone head. But
Did I tell you my head shape theory?
That's so
Kind of theory.
funny. No, go ahead.
So I was, kind of story. I was out with Ryan. We were out in San Diego drinking with some friends or whatnot and drunk talking. And I was telling people that head shapes are determined on how you're born, whether that be through the vaginal canal or C-section. And people with elongated heads are babies that came through the vaginal canal because of the squeezing, and then people with round heads are C-section babies. So I was just going around pointing to people. I was like, C-section, vaginal, and I pointed to this dude and I said round head, C-section, and from there it was just a crazy night. Almost just went fist. Turns out it wasn't my fault at all. But yeah,
roundhead, C-section.
Yeah.
Call your mom right now.
Yeah. It was something.
Yeah, Matt might be onto something. It's still the theory's still out there. Prove him wrong.
Hey, so tell me where we're at on what vacuuming birth is.
You're not gonna
So-
look it up, stupid.
So you're essentially right. You got it. Like there's a cup, right, that you put through the vaginal canal onto the baby's top of the head, and you use this when, of course, the baby's unable to is essentially stuck. So you put the cup
It's
on
like
the
usually
head.
a shoulder breach, right? If they're head first, because sometimes there's breach when they're feet. I don't know if that's the only time it's called breach, but I do know there's sometimes like a shoulder issue with.
Yeah, it's like either
babies.
the shoulder, it can't go through because the shoulders are stuck. But either way, it's like there's a stall. You know, the baby's not coming out. And so what you can do is you use this cup on the top of the head. It's connected to a tube so you can vacuum it out, right? The space between the cup and the head. Therefore, there's a vacuum. You have the cup on
Suction.
it. Yep, a suction. And then from there, you can pull with that device the baby out. And the way that they described it, though, was a little more comical because the father here was like, look, I'm telling you, the doctor, she had her foot up on the table and was like pulling with all of her might.
Like leverage.
Yeah. It wasn't like she just like grabbed this device.
That sounds crazy.
So painful.
Yeah.
that sounds
like,
crazy.
Hey, good for her.
you know, you're not just like pulling a 2-liter Coke out of the fridge like with ease. No, like she was in there pulling, and I'm thinking, oh my God, she's gonna pull off my baby's head. I was like, oh my God, like that is intense.
The neck and everything, does that not injure the neck?
The baby came out healthy. It was fine. It was a successful extraction. But
Sounds like a mission.
yeah, insane.
Extraction successful.
I mean, I'll be honest. The first time they said vacuum extraction, the first vacuum I think it was a house vacuum. So, you know,
I thought you were gonna say you thought it like went through the tube.
No,
Oh,
no,
that
no,
would,
no,
that would be
absolutely
so
not.
much better, dude. Imagine the time you would save on the mess.
Yeah. Just an entire vacuum.
the baby goes through the tube, and then it goes to a cleaning process where it wipes the baby for you and spits it out on the other end.
They should make an all-in-one birth delivery mechanism. Just
Oh, geez, man.
Yeah, the doctor just, belts it to the gazoon and then turns it on. You ready?
this is how we lose all our 2 female viewers. PodDogs
Oh,
ASMR pregnancy edition.
God.
It's a boy.
Damn.
Well,
I wonder if anyone we know has been vacuumed.
I mean, you have one, right, Matt? You use it on yourself.
that's why he knows it so well.
God damn it. Stupid. Where do I go from there?
And that's our vacuum story, apparently.
That's your vacuum question?
Yep, that's it.
You remember the movie The Coneheads?
I never saw it. Those people freaked me out.
I'm like Matt. I never watched it. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. But this is going to sound so bad.
It's okay, dude.
Unfortunate
It's
people
a safe space.
kind of scare me. Unfortunate looking people kind of scare me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's dig in.
Okay.
Misfortunes, dude.
Dude, do you know which one really got me? Though
Sure,
it was a
tell me.
horror movie? The Hills Have Eyes.
Okay,
Oh,
I agree with you on that
You
one.
mean mutants?
Those people were unfortunate looking. Obviously, because they went through a nuclear blast and radiation and all that stuff, but oh man.
Well, that's the point. They were
Yeah.
supposed to look
Well-
unfortunate.
So I think in that regard, you're okay, Matt. That's what they wanted.
Yeah. I don't mean like real ones. You know what I mean? You know, but like cone heads and hills have eyes and the dude from the Goonies. That shit creeps me out. Should we tell our users to like and subscribe? It's been a while.
They know the
Or
drill.
viewers, they're not users. Anyone? All right, it'll be me. All right, guys, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. Find us on YouTube, Spotify, any socials, PodDogs or PodDogs Pack. We really appreciate it. Look forward to your feedback and hopefully make some good content for you guys in the future. Part 2. What
Nice.
else we got?
I think I'm just stuck on the ability to communicate in general for a dog. Like they might just be sniffing ass with nothing else going on in their head, just like, smells good.
That's what some of us humans do.
Yeah, that's true. Tell us more about that, Matt.
Yeah, go on. Tell us about it.
Ass sniffer. Bring your ass.
How often do you get pink eye?
I actually don't know if I've ever had it.
Wow, a clean one.
Yeah. Strong eyes.
Strong eyes.
That's what happens when you sniff a lot of ass.
Yeah, that's true. You build eye immunity. Eye immunity. Ba-da-ba.
Oh man.
Ay, ay, ay.
So that's a perfect segue into talking about our precious grandparents.
Okay.
I had no notes on this. I honestly yesterday I just said that we should maybe talk about grandparents. No notes.
Why did we bring it up though? There had to be a reason. We don't just randomly.
Because Ryan loves his grandparents.
I do love
Yeah.
my grandparents. Yeah. And last week, my grandma fell down and it was a bit of a scare.
How old's your grandma?
My grandma is 92.
Ooh, nice. That's a good
Yeah.
age.
She still lives on her own.
Nice. She drive?
She doesn't drive. She walks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She has a little grocery cart that she brings with her and it rolls. So
This is the grandma that when I went over, they were making empanadas.
how long ago was that?
Couple months. Costa
Yes.
Rican empanadas.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, CREs with Matt.
So
they were delicious. Freaking!
Good.
I took pictures. I was like, "This is so good. I have to take pictures." And I videoed. There's like his grandma and his mom, and I don't know if it was like your cousin or your aunt or something like that. They were all just in there just making empanadas, wrapping them in banana leaves, and their Costa Rican ones are green, and so they're different than what I'm used to in Colombia, than like the fried dough ones. But holy shit, it was so good.
Oh, you're talking about the tamales, not the.
Oh, you're right. They were tamales. Yeah,
That's what you
not
meant.
empanadas.
Not
Yeah.
empanadas.
Sorry. Gringo over here.
I mean, either way though. I mean, I've made empanadas with
Mhm.
her too. So
Yeah. I just made
Have I?
empanadas with abuelita 2 weeks ago. That's why I think that was in my head. Remember I brought them to your place?
oh yeah, those are delicious. Loved it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, part of why I was thinking about grandparents was yes, that fall made me think about my grandma, how much I love her and appreciate her, and really for us to just share stories of our grandparents and what we remember of them if they're no longer here, and what they've taught you or anything that popped out of your mind about them.
I guess I'll start. My grandparents' situation is this. Out of 4, I didn't meet my dad. I never met my dad's dad. He died before I was born. Heart attack, I think. I don't know too much. My mom's dad, my grandpa, actually my abuelo, he died in Colombia when I was young, so I didn't know too much about him. My dad's mom, she passed away a few years ago. She was a German Jewish refugee from World War II. She came here through Ellis Island in New York, you know, That origin side of my dad's side is escaping Germany pre-World War II. It was not during, but a little bit pre. They knew what was going to go down. They got out of there,
Question.
went to New York. Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, you can go look up names that went through Ellis Island.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done that?
My mom. I didn't specifically, but when I went on a trip there with my mom and my aunt on my dad's side, they went through the Ellis Island directory and were able to find my grandma's name in there and her family.
That's pretty cool.
So it's all recorded. It's
Damn.
pretty cool. Yeah, super nice lady, super kind. Her name was Greta, and she spoke German and English. Super nice. She lived on the East Coast, so I didn't get to see her too often. But every time she came out here, she would bring gifts. Um, oh, and a shout out. She had like she was an old lady, and she
Mhm.
had an old lady boyfriend, right? Who at the time I was like young and I didn't realize that wasn't my grandpa, so I called him grandpa. But we called him Grandpa George, but he wasn't actually my grandpa. He was
Right.
just ended up being like the boyfriend of my grandma when they were older. But this dude had a fat
Nice.
baseball muscle. I remember he would flex and he had like this baseball muscle. That's the first time I saw old man
Damn.
strength. Shout out Grandpa George. He died too.
You know, it makes me happy to hear that your grandma was able to find someone later in life.
Hmm. I think the women that go into those like retirement home
Mhm.
areas, they mingle, end up meeting dudes, and still look for relationships, which is kind of cool. I'm all power to it.
Yeah, we're social beings. And, you know, I'm sure
Hmm.
Grandpa Joe must have enjoyed it to some regard of being called grandpa by you and your sister and the rest of the
Yeah,
family.
yeah. Which segues into numero uno, abuelita. She's my favorite person on the whole planet. She helped raise me. You know, I speak Spanish mainly because of her, only because of her, really. Literally, like a saint on earth. I mean, you guys know her. She's always
Mm-hmm.
been super kind. She's 88, still walking, still talking, still normal. She was not, or she is not the type like Grandma Rebold, where she went to a retirement home. She had the preference of staying with family. Like she's big on family. Like she'll never want to go to a retirement home. The closer I am to my kids and my grandkids and now my great grandkids, the better. Um, so completely different lifestyle than Grandma Rebold. Yeah,
I feel like just the way
beautiful
that you
soul.
describe her, I I can see how that's like gone through you and how she's kind of raised you. Like I feel like
Yeah.
man, I'm
Oh,
not
big
putting it into words
influence.
right, but yeah, like I can sense the huge
Huge.
influence from her.
I guess I got a small story. I guess on like what would encompass like her mindset. You remember where we used to live like on Briggs, right? Like my
Mm-hmm.
mom's old house. Like when I was probably like 18, 19. I would go to the gas station that was about half a block up from my house, and I always pick up snacks and whatnot. One time I went up there, or I would ask my grandma if she wanted anything. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go up to the gas station. You want me to pick you up some chocolate, whatever, XYZ. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna come with you. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we go up there and we get our stuff and we buy a lottery ticket. We buy lottery tickets. And then we walk down and she asked me and she's like, what would you do if you won the lottery? And I'm like thinking to myself, like, oh, green Lambo, season tickets to the Lakers, like private jet, island. My friends are gonna party. And I think that's kind of some of the stuff I said because that's how I took the question at the time. And the first thing my grandma says, like in Spanish, I'll just say it in English, but she goes, think of how many people we could help. And I was like, that's like a core memory of like, psh, that's who she is. She'll help anyone. And I
Wow,
was like, damn, I didn't even think of it like that. And I was like, now I got to think of it like that. If I win the lottery, how many people can I help?
that is a powerful response.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
like tw-
That's
like like
Albalita.
18 people for me. That's about it.
That's it. 18 people living good.
Yeah, that's about it.
So that's my grandparents summed up in 10 minutes.
Nice, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks, man.
What about you, Bob? Anything that you remember learning from your grandparents?
Mm, We got 3 grandparents gone, 1 left. She lives with my folks right now. I do have one funny story I recall from one of my grandma who lived in the Philippines. So they have like these public transport buses called jeepneys, and she got on one once and was just taking it to work. And a guy got on and robbed the entire bus. He did like a old school cowboy,
Western
yeah, like
thing, yeah.
stick 'em up, and went down the line.
Highway
Open your
robbery.
purse, da 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 da, right? And after that happened, she got robbed, and she got off that bus and was like, that was not cool. I'm gonna get on a different bus, and and like I just gotta get to work. Like, what a start to the day. She gets on the bus. She's sitting there for a few minutes. A couple stops go by, and then she notices that the guy sitting next to her looks really familiar. And she looks at him and she realizes it's the guy who robbed her on the previous bus. So she tells me she looks at him, she tugs on his shirt because she knows what's gonna happen, and she goes, "Hey, hey, 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 you got me on the last bus, remember? Okay, you and me, we're friends." And he didn't rob her that time when he robbed
Hell
that
yeah.
bus.
God dang.
I don't know. I'm sure she was trying to teach me how to be resourceful in the moment, but I just thought it was so funny.
That is very resourceful. She didn't get robbed a second time.
Nope.
That's how you do it.
Nope.
Face your
nope.
fears. How's your grandma?
The one that is alive is 84.
Still walking, talking.
Walking, talking. We've only had one, I guess, like super bad scare, but she had like a full recovery from it, so we're all good.
That's good.
I always tell sometimes my grandma has this, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like doom and gloom, where she's just like, I'm ready to die.
Dude, it's
Aw.
morbid.
I'll look at her and I'll just be like, shut up, grandma, just shut up.
I'm glad mine's not the only one, but sometimes I'll bleed to say some stuff, and she's like, "Oh, she's like, maybe I'm better off not here."
I was like, oh my god, I was like,
Aw.
But my mom gets mad at Alblita when she does that because she thinks it's a guilt trip.
well,
Like she's
yeah.
like trying to use it as a guilt trip to get what she wants. Like, take me to the store, like, because Abuelita doesn't drive, right? So she needs someone to take her.
Oh, dude.
And
you
so,
know-
like, sometimes
you know
my mom
exactly
can't
what
take
it's
her.
like. You know the exact dynamic, dude. That's
Yeah,
old,
yeah.
old people. If they're still with it, they're smart, dude. They know how to manipulate.
Uh-huh.
They know they're old.
Yeah, that's what
They
they're
know
doing.
what they can and can't do, dude. And they know that, like, they know their tier in the hierarchy of the family, dude, and what they can get out of you. I mean, they're smart people.
They have to threaten their own death to get what they want. That's crazy.
Does it work?
It works all the time. Not on my mom. It works on
Oh.
me every time. If Abuelita says something like that, I know I better be doing it.
So your mom doesn't put up with it, but for you, it's
No, my
perfect.
mom knows. My mom knows it's a manipulation tactic that she's gonna put in her pocket when she gets older and all that stuff, and gonna use it against me. And I have to guard up against it now.
It honestly makes me feel like this is what it must feel like to be a parent and deal with like a kid who thinks they're smarter than you. Like, this must be like the first time, like when a kid who thinks he can get away with something, and you're like, dude, I did that. Like, what are you talking about? But like, this is like the old person version of it. Oh, it's like, okay, it's
Yeah.
like my grandma. Like, for example, my grandma loves going to the casino, right? Anytime, literally, it can be 2 a.m. If you go, hey, you want to go to the casino? She'll go, oh yeah, let's go, right? Yeah.
Hell yeah, ride or die.
Sometimes we won't go for a while, and she'll have like a really bad itch to go, but she doesn't want to be like a bother and like keep like bugging and be like, hey, like, let's go to the casino, like, hey, we should go to the casino. So eventually, after like everybody in the family knows it's been a while, we'll ask her. We'll be like, hey, you wanna go to the casino this weekend? And then she'll look at you and just be like, I mean, only if you guys want to. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, if I guess if I have time, I'm not sure. Yeah, if she has time, she does nothing. She doesn't leave the house.
There's no greater force in the world than grandma guilt.
There's two.
Dude, that one is tough. There's gravity and grandma guilt, and that'll suck you right in.
So funny, man. Oh my god. Like, we have dogs, right? And like, nobody in my family likes it when we feed the dogs human food. My grandma grew
Mhm.
up in a third world country where like you give all your scraps to your dogs because you
Mhm.
want to not waste food. So like
And it's all they can
she
eat.
does that today. So like if there's
Mhm.
dinner leftovers and stuff, if it's semi edible, no matter what it is, she'll give it to the dogs. But my parents hate it. I hate it. It makes the dogs like sick, right?
Mhm.
And but she's been lying about it for I don't know the past 20 years. That's like 20 years that we've owned dogs. She's lied about it.
Oh, she denies that she does it.
She'll lie to all of our faces, right in our face. We'll be like, "Grandma,
But we have a ring camera.
did you feed the dogs rice?" Right? And she'll say, "No, I didn't feed the dogs rice. Why would I ever feed the dogs rice? Like you told me not to do it." And then I'll turn the corner and the dog throws up and it's all rice. And I'm just like
Silly, man.
I'll tell her. I'll literally. There's nothing you can do. I'll confront her. I'll be like, "Grandma, the dog threw up nothing but rice," and she'll just look at me and she'll have nothing to say. She'll just go.
That's how you.
And what am I gonna do? Yell at her? Like,
Yeah, dude, can't wait.
oh my
Can't wait till
God.
that's my defense.
I mean, I feel like as you get older, you kind of give less fucks, huh? Yeah, your grandma doesn't care.
Thousands of less.
You know, reminds me
Oh,
of
grandparent question. Oh,
Mhm.
you have something, Ryan?
yeah, not giving a. It's a story of my grandfather trying to kind of put that on me to learn that way.
Speaking
too.
of no fucks, your grandpa gave no fucks.
Yeah,
True
So-
no fuck giver.
this guy on my mother's side, maternal grandfather, he passed away. So did my maternal grandmother. The only one left is my paternal grandmother. So, anyways, back to my grandfather in this story. We were leaving his house. I don't know where we were going, but he had me drive his truck. And to leave his house and get to anywhere, we're in a valley. So there's only one road in, one road out. And at the opening of the valley, or at the mouth of the valley, there's an elementary school. So when kids are going to school or coming out and getting picked up, traffic jam, just traffic everywhere. We were leaving when kids were getting out of school. So that'd be like 3 p.m. And all the cars are backed up, and it can take you like a half hour, an extra 20 minutes to get through this. And so he just turns to me and just real sternly says, drive down the middle. Like, what? This is a 2-lane street, right? One lane going one way, one lane going the other. Drive down the middle. I don't know about that. Shouldn't we just wait? No, drive down the middle. Grandpa, there's cones. And I'm talking about those triangular cones, the traffic cones, those guys.
Yeah, some Chris Pauls.
Mm-hmm. Those things are in the middle of the street. Like, Grandpa, there's cones there. Like, no, like, we'll just wait. He's like, drive down the middle. Stern again. He's like, all right, I'm driving down the middle then. I don't want to get yelled at. He would yell a lot. He could be very aggressive.
How old are you again?
I am 16, like
Okay.
17.
Okay.
So like fresh driver, still not quite like sure of my own self to say no.
Yeah, of course.
So I give
Not to
in.
Gramps.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, Gramps, like I don't want to get in trouble by you. Like, I'm just gonna do this.
Pull the trigger.
Let's
right.
go for it. And so I start to turn towards the middle of the road. I give it gas. And like, all right, here comes the cone. He's like, are you sure about this? Like, yep, just keep going. Go straight.
You sure about this?
I'm like, okay. And I hit the first cone. And you hear it, right? You hear the thud. You hear it go underneath the truck. And you hear it like pop out from behind us. But there's a line of cones. So it's not just one cone I hit. I hit like 20 cones. And one of them got stuck. So I ended up dragging a cone with me. And the noise is unnatural for this environment. So it's like, yeah, everyone is definitely looking at me in this truck thinking like, what is this person
Yeah, because
doing?
you look like an idiot.
Dude, I look like a crazy person driving a truck down the middle of the road, driving over cones while kids are getting out of school. Like, oh my God. Finally, like, we passed the school. I dragged the cone for maybe a good 100 to 150 yards, made a turn to go towards the freeway. The cone got loose, and I drove off, and he was happy. He didn't say anything, but in my own head, I'm freaking out, thinking like, I should have never listened to this guy. But well, we didn't have to wait 30 minutes, so I guess he was right.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, you didn't
Lesson
get
learned.
pulled over.
No, thank goodness.
And
There's
there you
sometimes a
go.
cop there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. So sometimes just don't give a fuck and you get what you want.
That's true. That's what all grandparents do. That's what all grandparents do.
Dude, he would have been like, it was my fault. I grabbed the wheel. He would have covered for you, dude.
No, he would have let me go to jail.
And called it a lesson.
Yeah, and been like, you should have said no.
Yeah, dude. Why would you listen to me? I was trying to teach you. Don't listen to everything that you hear. Come on.
Ay, man.
A random grandparent question. I know the answer kind of a rhyme, but Bob, does your grandma have a cuisine or a special dish that she makes?
She has food. So the grandparent that's alive right now is my mom's mom. She has food that my mom likes because she grew up with it. I personally don't like anything she cooks.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Because of the seasoning or whatnot, or the
she's
flavor?
just not a good cook.
But you don't like a lot of food.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Bro,
right.
you don't like
Yeah,
chocolate.
you're right. You're right.
Oh, hold on. Wait. What does Chelsea think of her cooking?
No, she doesn't like it either.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Chelsea likes a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
When it comes to food, I'll no offense, Bobby, but I'll take Chelsea's.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Bullet over here. Okay.
What do you know the names of the food that she makes?
Her specialties, let me think. Baked chicken in a cream of mushroom sauce. Trust me, it's not good. Trust me.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. She can make there's not like dishes, I guess. I'm trying to think. That might be the only thing she really makes.
She's Filipina, right?
Yeah, she's full blood Filipino.
Is it Philippine? If she is it masculine, feminine in the
Yeah,
Philippines?
it works.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say
I said
Filipina.
Filipina.
That's fine. They'd be like, "Oh, very nice."
Very nice.
Like no lumpia, adobo. I think adobo is.
No, my dad is actually the one who cooks all the traditional Asian cuisine in my household.
Mm.
My mom also doesn't cook.
Put it on the docket. I want to eat your parents' food one day. I don't think I've ever had food your dad's cooked.
Ooh.
I want to try it.
Whoa,
Same
dude,
as-
easy.
We'll schedule it.
Just kidding.
I want to see Dr. Tay's cuisine
Schedule it. Put it on the docket as an episode. Dinner at Bob's.
along with the KBBQ episode.
There we go.
Mm.
Matt, your grandma's favorite dish.
Her favorite? I don't think she has a favorite.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
your
dude.
favorite dish that your grandma makes.
There's so many. Recently we gotten together and started doing empanadas.
Very
And
cool.
in the middle of an empanada in Spanish is called relleno. And so we make different rellenos and put them in empanadas, and we just like try different stuff, and we just like sit there and roll them together, talk, whatnot. Chicken, beef, spinach, all different kinds of stuff. She does really good with seasoning. There's a split pea soup that she makes like from scratch, and with like a cream in it too, and French fries that I get in like the winter time. It's like a seasonal soup that she makes. Also, like a butternut squash soup that she makes from all raw vegetables. So good. Damn, I'm hungry now. What else does she make? Oh, what's that soup? The Colombian soup. There's like a Colombian soup where you just like put a bunch of stuff in it, meats.
But pozole.
I think that's what. But we don't call it pozole in Colombia, but it is basically a pozole. Menudo. Alvita makes menudo. I love menudo, which is
So-
intestines.
Out of all those dishes, it sounds like you made the empanadas. Any other dishes out of those that you're able to make or you've tried making on your own?
No, unfortunately, but I have told my mom that I want a cookbook, like
Nice.
as my future birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, whatever gifts. I'm telling her to like start writing stuff down. How do you make this? What are the ingredients? My mom's a creative person. My mom's an artist, so she would want to do this. So I'm still waiting for it. But Alvita's also got to like feed her the information. It's a little
Mhm.
bit of a process, but I'm waiting for a family cookbook to be passed down to me.
I definitely think cooking meals and recipes that your family members have done is definitely, I don't know. There's something special about it and a good way to connect. Like for me, it's arroz con pollo. That is the family dish that my brother, myself, my dad, we love to have it when my grandma makes it. And I can make my own. It's not the same. It's still good. Not the same, but regardless, whenever I have that dish, whether it's my own or someone else makes it or it's hers, it's always a taste of home.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's interesting how that works, right? So it's funny because like my dad learned how to make Asian style adobo from his mom, and he, I obviously grew up eating his version of it, which is an imitation of her version of it. And when he tries to make food, he tries to do it exactly as like he tries to like pinpoint it, right? But when I ate my grandma's food, whenever she would visit and I would eat her version, because she would cook, I'd be like, it's alright, it's good, but it's not my dad's. Like it's not as good as dad's. And like, but my dad was like, "You're crazy! Like grandma's is so much better than mine." Like it's like, and he was like, completely honest. But I get it. Just like, I kind of feel like he grew up with it, so that's why he loves it so much more.
Absolutely.
Can you pinpoint the difference?
Yeah, they taste. I mean, they can taste like it's similar, but it tastes completely different to me. I mean, I thought my dad's was way better.
But it's not like your dad put like more
Oh
salt.
no, I never really like watched what they did ingredients wise to like know what was different. No. I
think that's anecdotal proof right there, though. Anyone who does any cooking and is trying to emulate a dish of their grandparent, their mother, or whatever, to embrace the difference. I mean, it might not taste exactly the same, and that's fine. It's okay. You should embrace that because it probably still tastes great. And someone else is going to grow up probably loving that taste that you made. So, very cool, Bobby. I like that one.
What about you, Ryan? You already told us it was the arroz con pollo.
Yes. Question, though.
Is there a secret to it, though? Is there a secret you want to share with us? Because that's just rice and chicken.
Wow, dude.
See,
Matt's just trying to shit on your fucking family dish.
No, I'm trying to get the secret.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, that's
bitch.
right. I'm sorry. Okay. We got to sit down and have a conversation here, man.
Oh, dear.
It is not just rice and chicken, you motherfucker.
Oh,
I know, but to the gringos
tell 'em,
who are
son.
listening to us,
Tell 'em,
arroz
son.
con pollo is just rice
Tell
and
'em,
chicken.
son.
So I was trying to dig a little, be like, yo, tell us what the secret spice of
dude,
life
dude.
is in that dish.
Jeez.
Well, there was many moons ago when I was at your place, and I don't know, I actually haven't even looked it up. So this is assumption I've been having for years now, and now you're about to tell me if it's true or not.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I was at your place, and Abuelita was making dinner, and said, she's gonna make arroz con pollo, and I was like, oh, yeah, sounds great. For those who don't know, my grandmother is from Costa Rica. My grandpa, he was too. And then my dad was also born in Costa Rica. And in Costa Rica cuisine, arroz con pollo, yes, it's rice and chicken, but it's also the rice is flavored and it has peas, carrots, then cuts of onion in there. And yeah, it's not just like white rice.
There's a vegetable medley involved.
Yes, like it is a nice dish put together.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so yeah, don't think white rice with slab of chicken on top. That is not it. A mixture of rice with some spices, flavor profile, and a medley of vegetables in there with shredded chicken. Back to you, Matt, and when I was at your place. So it was said arroz con pollo. I was like, oh, perfect. It sounds great. Have the image in my head of what my grandma makes. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna taste so good. So we sit at the table, and then like the plates come out, the food comes out, and we serve it up, and there's white rice, and I think it was a cooked chicken breast.
No, not cooked chicken breast.
Oh, it was raw. It was a raw chicken breast.
No,
was it-
my
was it wing?
grandma. No, she shreds chicken.
She shreds it,
Yeah,
but I remember it's just
how
like
did she cook it?
I was a little whatever
it's cooked shredded.
whatever it was. I remember just being culture shocked because it's like,
Yeah,
this
there's no
isn't.
vegetables.
Yeah, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, and
It's
that's
not called arroz con pollo con verduras, Ryan. It's arroz con pollo.
interesting. So that's when I first learned, like, oh yeah, like just because we all might speak Spanish, we do not serve the same.
Oh,
dishes.
you're a different kind of brown.
I think, and I had to ask my grandma, but the main spice that I grew up with marinating the chicken was, I believe, it like cumin. It's
Cumin.
like, which is kind of Middle Eastern, and then salt, pepper, but mostly cumin and I think like
It's a good
thyme.
slang now. If I know someone who's like part Middle Eastern, I'll be like, oh, he's cumin.
And for the Costa Ricans and for the arroz con pollo, salsa lezano is the specialty. That's the special sauce.
That
Salsa
reminds me
Lozano.
the same story of me going to your place when you were making the tamales or when your family was making the tamales. It was a culture shock to me because I'm used to the tamales being in the like a corn
Corn
husk.
husk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just there's no vegetables like there is in the Costa Rican one. When I saw the Costa Rican one, I was like, damn, you guys have like diced carrots and peas and like a bunch of different mini vegetables, which made it taste
Mhm.
great. You're right. The flavor profile was incredible. And then wrapped in a banana leaf. And I was like, this is different, but it's delicious.
And when I was younger, I didn't like those. I did not like the Costa Rican tamales. The smell of the
You're done.
banana leaves was terrible to me. Hated it. But
Mm.
thankfully got older and wiser. And like you said, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, guys. That was
Sounds
a trip down memory lane.
sounds gross. Anyways.
Yeah, Bobby, Mr. I don't like food unless it's 4 letters KBBQ.
Unless it's wrapped in a nice
Rice
yellow
paper.
and
What can
whatever
I say?
red paper.
I'm an ABC. What can I say?
That's fine. Bob, how about you lead us out here with a question, please?
Oh, you want a little question? Okay, fine. we can
Yes,
do
please.
it. If you could have super strength for one object, what object would you pick?
Interesting. Only so like an
What
object would be like a
object?
car. I can only lift cars.
Yeah, you can only lift cars with ease.
Cars or a car?
I
Yeah,
suppose
like-
you could do multiple.
Yeah, different cars.
Different cars, but not multiple cars at the same time.
Yeah, you could do multiple cars at the same time, but you couldn't lift a boat of equal weight.
So I'm thinking, oh boy, this always comes back to how do I make money, dude? I'm just thinking like gym weights. Like if I just bench a little more weight than the record, I can just do that every single year and just break the record each year and just keep myself getting sponsored and whatnot and have a job, and with ease because I have superhuman strength lifting weights.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that. That would take up 2 seconds of your day because you wouldn't need to try with working out, right?
No,
You just be like, oh, it's competition day. All right, let's go. You could go Big Mac in hand.
like how does he do it?
So long as you can lift the bar, you can lift the weights.
So I think gym weights is very practical. Fun? Maybe not fun. Practical, yeah.
Other humans?
That's the one I was thinking. I'm stuck on that. But is that a waste? Because that's only up to what, like 400 pounds is most?
Doesn't matter. I don't know. If you go with the
Well-
Grind's example, you could become a wrestler or something and just
Yeah,
be like,
exactly. I was thinking
or you
that
could
no
become a
one-
boxer.
You could pick up anybody.
And then you would just have superhuman punches. Nobody would want to fight you because you'd kill them.
World's best bass cheerleader.
World's best base. So random.
You could be a champion in all weight classes of MMA.
Yeah. Yeah. But you'd still get hurt, right? You're not immune to other people's strength. So one hit by Mike Tyson and I'm dead.
Hey, you're not immune to it, but you're overwhelmingly stronger than them.
So one
Yeah.
hit by you, and he might be dead.
Yeah. First to get the
It
hit.
doesn't. Yeah, you just have to grab him and just pat, 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 give him some slaps, and it'll be the strongest slaps he's ever felt.
Yeah, little flick. Could I flick someone? It would hurt them a lot.
Yeah, of course. It is.
What else would
Yeah,
be
that's what I would do.
functional? I don't know. Super strength with steel, lifting up a bunch of steel. But then I might want to
Ooh.
bend steel. I don't know if I could bend it. Would I be able to bend
you
steel?
can bend steel. It's super strength.
a good
So
one.
You're right. Super strength.
I'm talking about let's just say you pick a car. You could pick up a car with one finger. You'd be like, look at me. But you could pick up a bowling ball with one finger.
Kicking a soccer ball?
Super strength with a soccer ball.
So you kick
Yeah.
it unbelievably hard.
Yeah. And they score every
Are
time
you sure? You can,
Yeah.
I guess that works.
if I get good at the aim.
0 foot control though.
Yeah,
No, you practice,
you'd have to become like an elite.
and no one would stand in your way. No one would stand in your way. The goalie wouldn't even stand in your
You'd
way.
have to become an elite aimer of the ball and become good enough to like play at a professional soccer level, right? Because like all you can do is kick the ball really really good. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
You have no
really
other
good.
soccer ability. You just kick the ball really good.
You have a really good kicker. Which actually, that might work better for football, American football, as a field goal kicker.
Oh,
There you
that's a
go.
good one.
You could be you could kick.
That's a really
You
good
could
one.
kick until you die, literally till you die.
Mm-hmm. You just don't want to accidentally kick like the hand of the person, but I guess they wouldn't feel it because the strength doesn't transfer to the
only
hand.
transfer to you. You'd have to pick football. Yeah, he'd be like, "Whoa, how do you do?
How'd it go so far?
How do you do that?"
What about? Tell me if this one would work. Would I have super strength to catch a bullet?
Interesting.
If you pick,
Like a bullet coming at me, I can catch it.
if you picked bullets,
Yeah, if I pick bullets.
I want super strength against bullets.
Yeah.
Sure, I will let you if you can catch them with your reaction time. Yeah, sure. You're not like you said, you're not impervious to damage. So if they just like hit you, you're gonna take damage.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean if it hits your arm,
So
you're
I can
not dead.
only put them in my mitts. Like I can't catch it with my teeth or whatever.
You could catch it with. I think it has to be a conscious action.
I'd have to time it.
Yeah, you
you're
have to
saying.
time it. It has to be almost.
But would my hand stop it?
Yes, if you're like trying to catch it and it hits your hand, you could it like even if you don't catch it, as long as you're trying to catch it, I'll say
I can
you'll, like,
do this thing. And
Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But if one gets through this thing, if this is what I give you super strength with one item and you want to go with this thing, okay?
Yeah. Bullet deflection.
Because Matt's dodging bullets every day of his life.
Oh my god.
You just slap one out of the air.
You could pick a baseball and you could throw 200 miles
a good
per
one.
hour.
Yeah, but who would catch it?
I don't know. You'd be a professional MLB guy, right? As long as you could aim it.
Yeah, I think a catcher it would sting at like 120.
I mean, yeah, but you could. Like I'm assuming you're gonna have full control. So like, if let's just say,
yeah, like I could tone it back.
yeah, and you don't have to throw it 500 mph. You could throw it like
Just like 110.
it's like in The Incredibles, right? When they're all rooting for their son because he has super speed, and like he goes in first place, and they're like, no, it's too obvious, and they're like second place, that's pretty good, that's pretty stay there, second place.
Nice. Yeah, you would have to control it.
Yeah, you might not. Well, maybe you'd be the best. You'd have to be the best pitcher of all time. You'd have to go for it.
Aiming is hard.
And yeah, you have to
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can throw 120 miles an hour,
Are you susceptible to injury though?
Yeah, of
Ooh.
course.
Okay. So then
I'm
I'd maybe
still-
go back to field goal kicker
yeah, I'm still going
because the
field goal
arm
kicker.
that happens.
Field goal kicker for sure, all the way.
So you're going with football is what you're going with.
Yeah,
That's the item you'd pick.
No, I think humans would be the one I'd pick.
You'd
but
pick
if I were to
humans.
play,
Oh, you
if
pick
I were
humans?
to play with the other ones, yeah, I would pick humans
Why would you pick humans?
because no human could stop you. Then I mean they could, but like you have an advantage of any human. You can't get cornered. Like
It will be like that scene in The Matrix where all those agents are on top of Neo.
Yeah.
Matt would be like, yeah, and he could blow everybody off of him. But then if everyone shoots him with crossbows and stuff, he's done. Like it's over.
I'm just wondering, like, Matt, how often have you needed to do this?
I'll do it more now.
Matt plays basketball, right? Like if he goes into
Yeah.
if he goes into the lane, he does like one little body bump, dude. Whoever I know
Okay.
what it's like being like weighing 1 pound and having anybody heavier than hit you. They're gonna fly across the court.
I got you then. All right, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. I'm sorry I underestimated your reasoning.
It's a good choice. I think you can make money off of it too.
And Ryan, you're still picking football.
Oh yeah, I want to kick field goals.
Ryan wants to get back on the gridiron.
Very
There you
nice. Very nice.
And then Bob, what about yourself?
People was the best answer. I also thought of what's the best way to make money, and I don't know. I feel like just being able to punch people, and you just punch. You just have to power your punch so that just enough that even your lightest tap makes them go like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like that was crazy. Like I don't even know how
Any
that's
arm
possible.
wrestling competition? Dunk, 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 dunk.
Yeah, but I don't know any like millionaire arm wrestlers.
Could be you.
Yeah, it would have
I don't
to.
know.
Unfortunately, like I don't want to be an MMA fighter. I have no interest in it. But I think I could probably be the best MMA fighter ever if I have the strength of like a superhero compared to other humans in a human on human fight.
You don't need to
Look at
fight
Peter Parker.
anybody. Go kick a field goal, dude. There's no punching. You kick a ball.
Who do you think makes more
Yeah, but
money?
you
I'm
don't make as
curious.
much.
That's interesting. The best field goal kicker of all time, or the best UFC fighter of all time?
I well,
I know
I think
UFC
it's-
fighters are notoriously underpaid.
that's why I wouldn't make the comparison to UFC. I would make it to boxing.
Yeah, boxing.
Okay,
is
you
a
could
lot
do
of
you
money.
could do boxing. You could be like a Floyd Mayweather and go like 75 and
That's a
0.
big purse. That's a big purse. That's
Yeah.
like 100 million, I think. I don't think kickers make that.
But you know,
But
it takes
I don't-
time to get there. But those are your big paydays. That's when you get up there.
It wouldn't take time to get there because Floyd Mayweather was like what 40-0. There's only 40 fights, right? You just have to tap people 40 times, and then like a field goal kicker has 17 games a
I'm ready to go
season.
next week. Line them up.
Yeah.
Line up all
Line
the champs,
40
dude.
up next week. But in football, you have one game every week, and you're kicking multiple times a game.
It'd be
Maybe.
crazy because my strategy, like I'm thinking if I was a boxer, right? Because like you said, we could still take damage. So like these guys are gonna be huge compared to me. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna really train. I'm just gonna go with like this hack I've been given, right? I'm not really gonna lift.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with like if I can't beat him with my cheese, I don't deserve to win. So like I'm just gonna run up to them and like be super tucked in, right? Like super tucked in, and then I think it would be all body shots, just like little body shots to get them to be like, "Yo, this guy liquidated my freaking liver," like, and then he's like, "I'm done," right? Like, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get him in the face. Like, I'm not gonna have the speed to do it, right? Or if I punch them and they block it, I punch hard enough to like break their arm when I'm punching just their
Mhm.
arm.
Yeah. Or if you became a kickboxer, you have even leg kicks now.
Oh man,
I still see a risk, man. I mean, the kicker might not make as much money as a boxer, but a lot lower risk.
it is lower
I don't have
risk.
to worry about that.
I think it's higher risk. You
Higher
gotta
risk? How
learn it-
come?
You got to learn to aim. Oh, bodily injury wise, I mean, people are trying. I actually know you are protected, but like it's harder because you have to kick a field goal, right, and aim it multiple
Okay.
times. In this situation, in Bobby's situation, you have to touch the other person before they touch you one time.
I mean,
40
you
times
could
to
take
be
you
100
could take some
millionaire.
hits. Come on, you're like this.
I could not take I could not take a boxing hit. No, from a professional boxer, no, not a chance. Even if I guarded,
You walk up to him like this, and he's like, "Huh?" And then you just go.
nah, my forearms would shatter.
Well, I think for a decently athletic person, learning to kick a football wouldn't be too difficult. And then at that point, you've got the power behind you.
Hey.
You need an 80-yard field goal, you are the guy.
Matt already did it without ever doing it before.
I've tried before, but
All right, cool guy. Coming in,
I'm not a good
coming
kicker.
in
I'm
to
not a good
challenges with experience over here.
just a little bit. I mean, I played football.
Well, Mr. Football, get us out of here. It is time.
All right, I guess I'll get this one. Thanks for listening, guys. It's been a great show today. Please provide any feedback in the comments. Like and subscribe. PodDogs Pack on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. Come find us. Give us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you. PodDogs out.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe. That helps us help you with more content.